you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. Here we are together again on the radio. You're not going to believe this. This article comes from a website you just wouldn't believe. It comes from the website for the Lifetime Television Network. That's right. The Lifetime Television Network. And when you hear the content of the article, you'll be kind of surprised. But here it is. It's called 7 Friends Nobody Needs. All friends are not created equal. Most buddies add to your life. But there are probably a few you would be better off without. The common denominator for these friends gone bad is that they act as if it's all about them and never about you. We're all guilty of being a little self-absorbed at times, but friendship is supposed to be a two-way street. If one of your friends isn't holding up her end of the bargain, consider calling her on her bad behavior or slashing her from your buddy list. One word of caution, it says here, before you start friend cleaning. Ask yourself if you fit any of these descriptions. You don't want one of your pals reading this and deciding to dump you. By the way, my note, your friends are you. Before you start criticizing your friends for their behavior, look in the mirror. Because the friends you have, you picked them for a reason. Because they're comfortable with all the things that are wrong about you. The reason they're comfortable is because they have the same shortcomings you have. Think hard. All right, here's the list of 7 friends nobody needs according to Lifetime. 1, the whiner. Nobody knows the troubles she's seen. Things most of us accept as part of daily life. Carpool snafus, demanding bosses, men with poor communication skills. She treats as evidence that the world is against her. We all enjoy complaining occasionally, but with her it's a non-stop moan fest. Susan, 30, a public relations executive, refers to one of her friends as the crisis queen. She says it's always a catastrophe. It's draining just to have to hear it. 2, the leech. She treats her friends like servants who exist to feed her dog, cover her shift at work, pick up her dry cleaning, or peel her another grape. She'll start off asking what I'm up to, but she really just wants to find out if I'm free to help her out, says Ellen, 39, a stay-at-home mom, about the leech in her life. She recently called to ask what my daughter was doing. I said nothing, thinking she was going to invite her over. Instead, she asked if her daughter could come to my house. 3, the busy bee. She's the PTA president, a party organizer, and a domestic goddess, all rolled into one. She makes you feel as if you are but a mere blip on her overscheduled radar screen. She consistently shows up late or says she's too busy to take your calls. Since my friend got a new job, all she talks about is her crazy schedule, says Leslie, 26, an environmental consultant. She makes it seem as if she's doing me a big favor by making time for me. 4, the yacker. Thank God for caller ID. Everybody has friends that like to talk. If any of my pals are reading this, please know that I've got that muzzle on order. But this buddy never lets you get a word in edgewise. In fact, she missed her calling as a telemarketer or a carnival barker. I could hand the phone to one of the kids for 5 minutes and she wouldn't notice, says Christy, age 42, a personal coach of her personal chatty Cathy. Next time she calls, I'm going to have the country song, I Want to Talk About Me, playing in the background. And see if she gets the hint. 5, the advisor. We all count on our friends for advice, but nobody needs a steady stream of unsolicited intervention. Whether this pal is trying to prove how smart she is or start her own counseling practice, she's got the answer for everything, whether you ask her or not. Jody, 32, a part-time nurse and mother of 2, says she quit sharing things with one of her friends because she just can't listen. She always has to tell me what to do. She reminds me of the mother-in-law from hell. 6. These are the 7 friends women can do without. 6, the dumper. Whenever something better comes along, she drops you like yesterday's business. The worst kind of dumper is the one that treats her female friends like fill-ins or time passers until a guy comes into the picture. Jennifer, 24, a law student, says of one boy-crazy friend, you'd think she was still in high school. Who'll make plans weeks in advance, but if her boyfriend calls and asks her to hang out, she rushes over there. Finally, 7, the bragger. She's been there and done that way better than you have. She just can't resist telling you how many carats her diamonds are or how much better her office is. She lets you know that your discount designer duds are so last season while her outfits came straight from the Paris runway. My conversations with this one friend consist of how important she is at work, what she's done to her house, and how perfect her marriage is, says Julie, 31, a human resources administrator. Doesn't she know it's supposed to be a friendship, not a competition? That's the article. 7 friends nobody needs. Now, boys, I must say that I do believe that your friends are a reflection of you. And in fact, when you are involved with a chick, if you feel you don't know her well enough or you need to know more about her, look at her friends. Because if her friends are insufferable, I'm telling you, that's who she was before she met you, and that's who she'll be as soon as she gets comfortable with you this time. No doubt about it. Now, many times, her friends ruin any relationship you might have. Whether it's just banging, whether it's, you're in love, you moron, marriages, whatever. Her friends get in the way. Her friends ruin things. Her friends make you think less of her. Does she have friends that make you think less of her? Like you say, I think I'm with a really cool chick. Why is she with this loser? Why is she with this screw-around? Why is she with this screw-up? Anytime I've been in a relationship, you know what makes me nervous? Women whose best friends are having affairs. I mean, doesn't that make sense? If your best friend is having affairs all the time, chances are you've signed off on that. You sit there and listen to her complain about it. You sympathize with her. Maybe you've covered for her a few times. And in my logic, chances are she owes you a favor or two. And ultimately she'll make it up to you somehow. Like when you decide to have an affair. Call me kooky. I do think her friends are a reflection of who she is. So, boys, here's what I want to find out from you, okay? You've got a girl. Maybe it's a casual relationship. Maybe it's something more. Maybe you're even married. I don't know. And yet she has friends you can't stand. You can't stand them. I want all the dirty details.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM.
Well, break it down for me.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-866.
You are on top of your game, my friend. On top of your game.
Thank you.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Carl on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hey, Tom. How are you, Daddy?
I'm okay, sonny boy.
Yeah, my girlfriend, she has this friend. I just cannot stand her. Every time she comes by, she brings over a new purse and then goes, oh, you like my purse? It only costed $800. It's like, get a life. The only thing in her life is purses.
Yeah, your girlfriend or her friend?
My girlfriend's friend.
All right, and how does it affect your girlfriend?
There came a point where my girlfriend was like, oh, look, isn't that a nice purse, this and that? Why don't we get one? So I looked into it, and I was like, I ain't paying $900 for a purse. I went to downtown, got a Louis Vuitton. Went to the Louis Vuitton store, got a box for it, put it in there, gave it to her, and I was like, here you go. She thought it was the real thing. The friend thought it was the real thing, and then I was like, by the way, I bought it for $20 from downtown.
By the way, at 23, why do you have a girlfriend?
She's the franchise player that you used to talk about, Tom.
I understand that, but she's the franchise player with expensive taste who's going to be high maintenance the rest of your life.
Yeah, but after that point, I got her to realize that same exact bag that is selling it at the mall for a couple $100, I bought from downtown, and it's not worth more than. So
you told her you bought her a fake?
I told her I bought her a fake. She was like, "Oh my God, this can't be a fake." So they took it down to the Louis Vuitton store, found out it's a fake, and then she was like, "Okay, I guess you're right. It's not worth the $800 people actually pay for it."
Mm-hmm.
So, women, that's a lesson to be learned. Stop wasting money on crap like that.
Well, I agree with you on that. Thank you for that. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. Sean on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Yo, Tommy boy.
Hey, John.
How you doing, Tommy?
Doing okay, baby.
Father, actually, father.
Yes, sir.
Kind of related to the topic that you was bringing up right now. My ex-girlfriend, I might add now, actually, previously, she got in the college scene. She started hanging out with these college whores. And one of the girls she's hung out with, she's become very close friends with. That girl has already slept with both of my most closest best friends.
Who she met through you?
Huh?
She met them through you?
Well, I gotta take care of the friends, you know.
Well, I'm asking you. She didn't happen to know them. She met them through you.
Met them through me.
Right.
But the fact is it was cool with me. I said, cool, my friends got hooked up. But the fact that previously my girlfriend was hanging out with people like that, what's going to stop her from doing the same?
Well, you're right, so why are you hanging around?
Tom, I took your advice. I'm telling you the story. I ditched it.
You did ditch it?
Sir. Only for the, after 2 a.m., I guess you could say.
So now she's a booty call?
Booty call, but she's a very good-looking girl. She's booty plus, she's got a little money on the side, she takes care of me.
Right. Well, you're 20. You don't need a girlfriend anyway.
No. Life is wonderful out there. You can't limit yourself young. I learned that from you, the 101,
Glad to hear that, Sean. Thanks for the call. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Brad on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom, how's it going?
I'm okay, Brad.
Good. My girlfriend, she's got about 3 or 4 friends that she's really close with, and they all have boyfriends, and my brothers nailed them all.
Really?
Yeah, they've all cheated on their boyfriends, so how am I supposed to trust her?
Yeah, you're not.
I know, but so I keep a close eye on her.
Good.
But, how you doing? Yeah, 2 double wings with no shake in the water? Sorry about that, I'm in and out.
Oh, you're in and out? What are you having?
I'm having a triple single and a double single vanilla shake and a couple of cups of water.
A couple of cups of water. You're going to need a couple of cups of water after that. Maybe 300 grams of fiber.
300 grams of fiber.
Yes.
But you think I could trust my girlfriend?
I don't think so.
Well, that's why I don't let her hang out with those girls no more.
No, you can't stop her. She'll just do it when you're not around.
Well, I have her on lockdown.
How do you have a girl on lockdown? Where is she right now?
She's sitting right next to me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
And she accepts being on lockdown?
She accepts it. You want to talk to her?
Yeah, what's her name?
Her name's Claudia.
Claudia. Put Claudia on the phone.
Hold on. She won't talk. She's scared of you.
Oh, what is she afraid of?
You intimidate her.
Good.
Yeah, but she's right here, and she knows she's on lockdown. She's too scared to even get on the phone and say otherwise.
Yeah, well, she's on lockdown, but if she was down here, I'd have her handprint on. I've had my handprint on her ass so fast.
You would?
Yeah, I would.
I'd let you put your handprint on her ass.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I'll bring her down there, and we'll bend her over that table.
Sounds good to me.
All right, will you take me out of school?
I will. 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Sean on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Sean.
Hey, I am in Seattle. I am married. I'm 28. I've got a great wife. But bachelor parties are the worst.
Why?
Well, they're the best.
my wife has a big fat friend. She went to college with. She's married to a big fat husband. Nothing wrong with fat guys. I'm one myself. But at my bachelor party, I had great women. My buddies hooked me up. I had 2 beautiful strippers, huge nugs, draping in my face, pulling down my pants, and the whole works on the bachelor party. But he goes and proceeds to tell the fat girlfriend.
Really?
My wife's pregnant right now, and she tells my wife while she's pregnant. I don't know. Nobody's had kids around there, but you have a pregnant woman, she's emotional, and she goes crazy.
Oh, boy.
My philosophy for your friend...
By the way, how did she find out about that?
Because my so-called tag-along friend that I got per marriage told his fat wife...
What was he doing at your bachelor party?
He got invited. Shouldn't have happened.
Oh.
So there's some advice. Don't invite the fat friend's husband.
No, absolutely not.
But the best way to get out of it, say I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Wasn't me.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to me that night, honey.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Drink.
Yeah.
But it's been a pleasure, man. I am a very big Tom Leykis follower. And don't get married before you're 28.
Absolutely. David on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Tom, what's happening? You're the man.
Thank you, David.
I got to
Oh, we got a bad connection. I'm going to have Dino rehook you up. Aaron on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hey, Tom, how you doing?
Pretty good.
I do care, by the way.
Thank you.
But either way, my girlfriend, her best friend of, I think, about 8-9 years,
Right.
she's extremely spoiled. She's just this spoiled little Jewish girl. Her mom used to take her down to the mall and give her credit card and just buy her and her sister whatever the hell they wanted. So that's kind of, window into how spoiled this young lady is.
Mm-hmm.
She sits, this is a perfect example of why she bugs the crap out of me. We were at her house one night.
Right.
And she brought out some chips. She opened the bag of chips. And she brought out, like 2 or 3 different condiments, set them on my girlfriend's table. And she sits there and she munches a little bit. And then she just got up and left. And basically it's like she expected the maid to come by and just pick it up. She just runs rampant throughout the house. Whenever we're out somewhere and she's got to go or she wants to change, she expects us to change our plans. And there was like a month period where they were having some type of falling out. It stressed my girlfriend out so much I barely even got laid. So, that's the gist of it with that young lady.
Wow. Have you put your foot down or said you can't take it anymore or something?
No, it's actually gotten to the point where it's somewhat amusing. It's kind of funny to watch her just go around and do her stupid little things, but, I'm kind of over it now. At the beginning, I couldn't handle it. I couldn't deal with it. Whenever she was around, I'd always talk trash, but now it's just kind of funny. It's like watching a little clown run around and do funny little clown things.
I understand. Aaron, thank you. Sarah on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. How are you?
Do you care, Sarah?
Well, I don't care. I was just, talking to someone else, and I let him have it. Now it's your turn.
Well, dear, that's the screener. I'm going to pretend that you never spoke to anyone else, and you're going to pretend that, too.
Okay, well, good, because I'm all wound up, and I have to tell you a few things.
Why are you all wound up?
Because the other day I was listening to a show. I have a 23-year-old wonderful cousin who seems to think you're the it thing. Mm-hmm. And the thing you were saying is that you hump them and dump them and these type of things. And now you have a bunch of guys gossiping about women that they're dating that are the kind that you hump and dump.
Hump?
So, I kind of detect the kind of, you're complaining about the kind of women that you're condoning to date. So I kind of don't understand what...
No, I'm not complaining about them. The point is, the trick is to spend as little time with them as possible. So little time, you never meet her friends or her family or anything like that. You just get her alone, you nail her, and then you get the hell out.
Well, that's really wonderful thing to say for it. You seem like an intelligent guy, but the things you talk about are pretty pathetic.
Why is that?
With the things going around with AIDS and all kinds of things going
Dear,
on.
this is not a health program, okay? This is a show about society.
This is a show about sensationalizing things, okay?
No, I don't have to sensationalize any of this. This is the stuff guys talk about. I don't think you're prepared to hear what guys talk about.
Well, you know what you guys talk about? You guys are talking about hump 'em and dump 'em, and now you have guys that are bitching about women that want expensive bags. If you want a quality woman, then you shouldn't be the...
Well, no, the way to do it, see, if the chick who wants the expensive bags, if he had humped her and dumped her, he wouldn't be there discussing purses.
Okay, 90% of the people...
Some other poor sap would get her with 100,000 miles on her, then he'd have to buy her purses.
Okay, but Tom, what you talk about, the things that you talk about are not realistic, and people are not really like that. You don't have guys that are so cool that go around hump and dump, and you don't have women...
You don't? You're telling me guys don't hump and dump? Come on, of course we do.
Oh, really? You do? Then why? Your listeners obviously don't, because these people are calling that are on relationship and whining and gossiping about their...
Well, because of the questions I ask. If I said, let's just talk to guys who are humping and dumping, the phones would all be lit up, and you would hear from guys like that.
Okay. You know what? I just have two things to say. I wish you get married one day and you have a daughter, and let me see how you're going to feel when someone is humping and dumping your daughter.
Well, no doubt somebody would be if I had a daughter, but mostly I hump and dump other people's daughters.
Well, you know what? What goes around comes around.
Preferably I've done their mothers first, like 20 years ago, and then I do the daughters.
You know what? What can I say?
You know what? I don't know if you heard about this. They had a big high school reunion for me. I did not attend.
So you were afraid you're going to see all the women you humped and dumped?
No, on the contrary. Why would I go to a high school reunion with the women I went to high school with when I could afford their daughters?
How old are you again?
I'm 48.
Wouldn't that be considered some kind of a breaking a law issue there?
No, the daughters are, if I'm 48, you could easily have an 18-year-old daughter.
And you think that's decent?
Oh, absolutely.
You know what?
What's wrong with that?
This is what...
If they are legal, if they're of age, who cares?
Let me ask you, do you not really believe these things you're saying?
Of course I do. I've done it. Are you kidding me?
And you condone this?
Have I been with 18 and 19-year-olds? You bet I have.
Okay, you know what? Let me tell you something. No intelligent, educated woman listening to this show would ever think that an intelligent person would be saying things like this.
Why not? Intelligent people have sex drives too,
Women have, you know what? We're not talking about sex here. We're talking about...
No, you're not, but I am. You were talking about sex. You were talking about humping and dumping.
Well, that's what I just said. You were talking about humping and dumping, and then you have guys calling...
I do a lot of humping and dumping.
Well, then, there you go. See, if you hump and dump, then you deserve an $800 a bag woman. Because obviously...
No, but the point is, if you've dumped her, you don't have to... You'll never know what kind of person she likes because you've already dumped her.
So you're saying that a man can get a woman on just the first date?
Oh, absolutely. I tell guys how to do it.
Okay, good for you.
And certainly within 3 dates, yes. And then, by the way, no woman brings up the $800 purse in the first 3 dates. They bring it up once they feel secure that there is a relationship. The trick is never to let a woman get secure about a relationship.
This show is, obviously this show is about indecent people, guys and girls.
Actually, it's about guys. Now, women are allowed to listen if you want to know how guys think. That's great. So but it is by guys.
You're telling me all guys
for guys
like this.
With the exception of, there's an occasional Mormon or occasional seminary student, but the vast majority of men do feel this way.
Okay, so what happens to marriages and having children and...
Well, generally, you see that 1 out of 2 marriages ends in divorce. In Southern California, where you and I live, 2 out of 3 marriages ends in divorce. And then on top of that, guys, you've heard the term trophy wife. That's what guys do.
Okay, let me...
They do the marital version of humping and dumping when their car is over 100,000 miles. They trade it in for a new car with a new car smell.
Okay, let me tell you something. This is the kind of talk, this is the kind of mentality that has a lot of babies, daddies, mamas, and has no family.
Hopefully they're all using condoms.
Well, none of them are. That's the problem.
It's not none of them. I've never had a baby.
Let me tell, but you know what? Most of the guys...
I've humped and dumped more women. I'm telling you, it's amazing.
Tom, may I finish the sentence?
Maybe. You're not going to tell me how to do the show here, dear. I've been doing it a lot longer than you've been listening.
I'm not telling you how to do the show.
Well,
I'm telling you not.
we're going to have a little exchange here. That's how it works.
Well, then, if you want to hear a real person's opinion, let me tell you something.
Oh, as opposed to me.
What you're condoning is
I'm a fake
lot
person.
Of unsafe sex, okay? That's what you're
No, I haven't. I've not condoned unsafe sex. I have encouraged men to use condoms 100% of the time.
Okay, that's why there's the women going around having babies with no fathers, and
that's because they're sluts.
That's the kind of woman you're telling them to date.
Yes, with a condom. With a condom.
You know
Pump them and dump them.
You're a contradiction, and that's all I'm going to say.
Dear, you love my handprint on your ass. That's what you'd like.
No, now that's disrespectful. Have a wonderful day.
Oh, dear, it has nothing to do with disrespect. Come over here, I'll disrespect you.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
Hit it, hit it, hit it, and quit it.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Los Angeles, the Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. We're talking about your girl's friends. Your wife's friends, your girlfriend's friends, the ones you can't stand. I want to hear all the dirt about them. Stephen, hello.
Tom, how you doing?
I'm okay.
My dad got me into listening to you quite a while back, and I'm back listening to you again.
Love that.
You're an awesome man.
Thank you.
Well, I have this girlfriend, so to speak, from college that I met. We met on a smoke break, and at college, and we got close the first week, and sex, of course, and after that, she wanted to be just like really good friends, and we've been like that for about 4 or 5 months now. And I met
really good friends, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I met her friends a few times. We've hung out with them. Drove out to quite a ways to go see them, and a few times. And her friends are kind of, I'd say, really party.
Why do you need chick friends, if I may ask?
What's that? Well, because I thought that I was going to. I'm a relationship kind of guy, but I've been listening to you more and more, and it's been getting through my head to be more of a
jerk.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I was listening to the episode where you're talking about girls like bad guys.
That's right.
And I've always been the nice guy, and I've always had that thing in the back of my head, nice guys finish last.
Nice guys don't get laid.
Right. Well, there you go. And now I've been trying to be more of a jerk, kind of like what you're saying. Not really, but more of a just hardcore Steven, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been going on for 4 months now, and I met her, like I was saying, I met her friends, and they are always, I'm a party guy, I like to have fun, and I like to have sex, though, too. And they have, she is like them. She has grown up around guys forever, and she is like a guy. She says she listens to you all the time.
Yeah.
And she agrees. She loves you. And the thing is what I don't get is just a couple days ago, I spent the night at her house. Her parents were away for a while. We watched a few movies. We had a few brews, and I got a little close to her. We were talking all night. We're like a couple of the guys a little bit, and then I wanted to get close, and she pushed me away, and I didn't do anything more.
Yeah, but why did you stay? Why didn't you just bolt?
Well, I was getting drunk, so I had to...
All right. That explains that night, but that should have been the last time. Nice knowing you.
Yeah, I mean...
So why are you still hanging out with her?
Well, I've been trying to be more like a jerk. I've been trying to be more...
Well, the way to be more like a jerk is to stop calling her, stop returning her calls, and stop being available.
Yeah. You think maybe...
And that's why she's not putting out, because you're such a nice guy.
Well, yeah, she does rely on me to take her to work and,
You're on the friend list, pal.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get to a point you cannot get off the friend list.
Well.
By the way, who is she having sex with?
Nobody, as far as I know.
As far as you know.
Well, because the thing is she has to take care of her sister's kids all the time, and I'm like...
That's the only reason.
That's probably the only reason.
Yeah, well, believe me, she will be having sex with someone else if she hasn't already.
Oh, I'm sure she will. I'm sure she will.
And you, the good friend, there you'll be.
Yeah, there'll be just there. That's it.
Hang on a second here. Thomas, what did you want to say to Stephen?
This guy just sounds like a big badge. I don't know, man. I don't know. He's not getting it, man.
Big vag, Stephen. That's what he says. You're a big vag.
What is that? Yeah. What is that supposed to be? A pussy?
Oh, exactly.
Remember the Ina family.
So I need to drop her, and, well, actually I have, because I kind of got it in my head that I was being more of a friend than anything else than I was trying to get, and I went out on a couple dates here and there, and I should probably...
Quit thinking so much, bro. Drop her like a used condom, okay? All right?
All right.
Lose her and grow up, dude, and get a sack on you.
Okay.
And go ahead and do what Tom's telling you to do, man.
I will.
The more brutal you are to these chicks, the more respect you get, and the more basically, the more you get laid, bro.
Right.
Chicks like the bad boy, man. So listen to Tom. Hey, Tom, can you blow me out old school?
Here you go. Mike, what did you want to say to Stephen?
Yeah, I want to let him know that he can borrow half of one of my nuts because it'll be the most balls he'll ever have in his life.
Well, thank you, sir.
Long time, first time, by the way, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey,
I've been trying to get on for a long time, and also grow some balls, man. Stop being such a pussy.
Yeah, okay.
Get some... Be one.
All right. All right.
All right. Take me out old school.
Here you go, baby.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. Tom Leykis.
Tell me about your dates.
Basically, we spent a week in bed.
You spent a week in bed. There's a date. My kind of date.
The Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show. It's Kelly. Hello.
Hello. How you doing?
Doing okay.
I have got so many friends that have done so many things, and I would never let it influence me. I've got 2 friends right now that are having affairs on their boyfriends, and the thoughts never even crossed my mind, and I still hang out with them, and I still have a good time with them.
Do you have a boyfriend?
Yes, I do.
Does he know about the girlfriends who have affairs?
Yes.
And do you ever cover for them?
No. No.
So they never say, can I say I'm with you in case he calls? They never do that.
They know not to ask me that.
So they've all tried.
Well, yeah, they have. But I wouldn't do that. But they're still really great girls.
No, they're not.
Yes,
they're not. That's an issue of character. That is not a great thing to do.
No, you're right. But I can go out with them and have fun, and he knows that I'm not going to do it.
If you go out with your girlfriends and the guys they're screwing around with?
No, I never hang out with the guys.
So you tell them that?
Yes.
And they tell you all the details of all the fun they're having behind their boyfriends' backs?
Yeah.
And you listen?
Sometimes, yeah.
Uh-huh. And they're great girls.
They're good friends. They've never screwed me over in any way.
If they would do that to their boyfriend, why wouldn't they do it to you?
Well, what would be the equivalent to me? I mean, they haven't done it. They haven't proven me otherwise in any situation.
Who knows what they would do? I just think that's an issue of character.
Well, I completely agree. That's what I won't.
Yeah, but my point is, if you're my girlfriend, which you're not, but if you were, then the bottom line here is that I have concerns about you if this is who your friends are.
But I would never do that. I couldn't bring myself to cheat. I mean, I've been in situations...
Don't you wonder how you end up with more than one friend like this?
That's what he keeps asking me.
Yeah, good question.
I don't know, and all my friends seem to have some, like, major flaw with them.
Well,
I don't know what it is.
maybe you need to look into the mirror here, dear. I thank you for the call. Our email address is my name. It's tom@blowmeuptom.com. Tom at blowmeuptom.com. You can call our comment line 24 hours a day at 310-842-9592. Or you can send us a text message. Send it right now to 89866. That spells TX-TOM. 89866.
The Tom Leykis Show.